Hey guys, I'm Mark with the Oval RC. Today we're going to compare two very popular radio control excavators. I want to thank wave-rc.com for sending me these two. That way I can compare them and get the information out to you guys. On the left side here, on my left side, which would be your right side, we have the Double E Hobby. It's the E010-003. This is the electric excavator. On this side here, we have the Double E Hobby, the E111-003. This is the hydraulic excavator. The hydraulic one cost roughly about $1,800, and the electric one cost just over $600. So we're going to compare the two and see which one you might like. Sitting in the box with the lid closed, they look exactly the same. You can't tell the difference between either one. Even with the lid open, it was still hard to tell. Now that we have them on the table, guess what? It's still hard to tell, except for one that has the Double E Hobby transmitter, and the other one has the FlySky transmitter. This transmitter here is used on a lot of expensive RC construction vehicles. Even when you look up close, it's still really hard to tell the difference between the two excavators. On the hydraulic excavator, you have steel lines going into the hoses, and you can see the fittings are a little different on the cylinders, and these cylinders do have hydraulic oil running through them. It's really hard to tell the difference between the two if you've never seen one or the other. The electric excavator has rubber hoses going up to these fittings right here, going into the cylinders. The cylinders are actually actuators. They do not have hydraulic oil in them. When you put them back to back, they look identical in size, and they're both made of metal. Both excavators have this spring-loaded steel track. This is the hydraulic one here, and this is the electric model. The body of the excavator is called the house, and they look almost identical when you look at them. I can't really see a difference between the two. And the track system on both is exactly the same. The way it operates, the way it drives. The electric one's driven electrically, and so is the hydraulic unit. That's also driven with electric motors. When you look at the top of the excavators, you can't tell the difference between the two. The only thing that's different is the hoses. They both have driver doors that open up on each one. And if you look inside the doors in the back, one has an electrical switch, and this is where the difference is right here. One has a pressure gauge for the hydraulic oil. The hydraulic excavator will require more maintenance because you will have to keep an eye on the hydraulic oil and make sure that you don't have any leaks on your hoses. The electric excavator is not maintenance free, and you will have to watch out how much of a load you put on these cylinders. For both excavators, the drive system is powered using a LiPo battery, and they both use the same battery. They both have a removable counterweight on the back. You can take that off to access the battery. They both have a rear LED light on the cab. And both models have two LED lights on the front of the cab. Although I don't have a scale, they both weigh about the same. They're about 25-30 pounds. They're actually pretty heavy to lift up. And you have to be careful lifting the hydraulic version because you could pop the line off. Sitting side by side, we can see the hydraulic excavator will reach down a little farther than the electric excavator. Maybe about 4 or 5 inches more. Sitting side by side, we can see the hydraulic excavator has just a little bit more reach than the electric excavator. And we see they both can spin 360 degrees with no limitations. The electric excavator is a little bit faster than the hydraulic one. Next, we'll test the travel speed of the hydraulic excavator. You do have to be careful about getting rocks stuck in the tracks on both machines. Next, we'll test the travel speed of the electric excavator. I really don't notice any difference in speed or any difference between the two. They both had the same electric drive when it comes to driving the tracks, so I really didn't expect much of a difference there. Now it's time to test how smooth you can dig with the electric excavator. Can move two functions at one time, and it's got a lot of digging power. Notice that right away. And I'm still very new to operating this, so I'm not a great operator yet. But it definitely seems to be digging right through the dirt. if you're looking to save a little bit of money, yet still get an RC excavator, I think the electric model is great. Still digs really good. Looks real, and that's what you really want. You want it to look just like the real thing, and it does. Not everybody can afford those hydraulic excavators, but this definitely gets the job done and is a lot of fun to operate. Now we'll see how smooth the hydraulic excavator operates. I notice right away it's a lot quicker with a lot more power. These two excavators can move dirt really quick, but the hydraulic one you definitely notice the speed on. It's hard to justify the price, you know, $1,000 more at least for the hydraulic excavator, but the power is crazy and the speed is awesome. You can just see how much smoother the hydraulic excavator operates. And there really is no comparison between the two, honestly. The hydraulic excavator does work a lot faster. So if you want something with real performance, then yes, you're going to have to get yourself a hydraulic excavator. After comparing the two excavators, the hydraulic one does outperform the electric excavator, but if you're looking for something that does dig, and it looks just like a hydraulic excavator, but doesn't have that big price tag, well, this is your choice right here. This is the E010-003, and the hydraulic one is the E111-003. You can get them both at wave-rc.com. I'm Mark with the Oval RC. We'll see you next time.